in my head, you know, absolutely fabulous. It's just something, you know, but it's just a current show. But it's been in our lives for 24 years.
Yep.
Which is nuts.
1990 was the first. 26.
26 years.
26 years.
Wow. And Joanna, you were saying when you first got cast and you were like the chemistry. You didn't feel it.
Look, I was really... I'd known about... Everybody knew about French and Saunders. Everybody knew about that. And I'd been sent this unbelievably funny script. And I was longing to do it. I couldn't believe it. I laughed out loud, Rebel. You know when you open something, you laugh out loud, you go, oh,
and it's very rare.
Very rare
Most
indeed.
of the time you read the script, you're like, oh, that's shit.
Yeah. But this was gold, and so I went round to meet Jennifer the first time ever, at the BBC, and we sat in a pretty sort of odd little office, and we sat together like this.
Two little chairs,
as if we were sitting in the back of a taxi.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hello. Hello, hello, I'm Joanna.
Jennifer.
And we opened up the page and we started to read, and I didn't know who Patsy was, because it hadn't explained who she was. You didn't explain. You had to read in lines.
I know, but you didn't. You weren't the idea I had for Patsy. It's true. It's absolutely true. No, I mean, it was better. You made it better.
We read it through a couple of times, Rebel, and each time Jennifer just sat there just staring at it. Oh, this is awful. So then we tried again, and I almost said, shall I do it Scottish or something? And then at the end, John Plowman, our wonderful producer, who was sort of nursed us through everything, said, well, jolly good, so marvellous, and we'll have rehearsals. And I went home to my agent, not my present agent, and I just said, get me out of it. She hates me. She said nothing to me. She just sort of went, oh, no. And I said, get me out. And my agent said, it's only a pilot. Just do it.
And now look.
Yeah.
I know.
And how did, like, the alcoholic and the drug stuff was just because you got to know
that was Jennifer.
her?
I didn't know anything about drinking or anything.
I think what happened was that we got on and we had just had such a good laugh that everything that she bought, which was the modelling and the other stuff, the 60s stuff and the drug taking and all that, we just had fun inventing it, and it was.
And weirdly, the fashion world obviously influenced it, but Bananarama, the former lady band, they played
former lady band. They played your lady bands in. I'm wearing mine tonight.
But they played a part.
Well, yeah, because Bananarama were the hardest drinking girls I'd ever met in the 80s.
When were they in it?
Oh, they weren't in it.
Oh,
but I met them.
Never done drugs. Never done drugs.
Because Dawn and I worked with them.
Oh, of course.
And they did the comic relief thing together, and we kind of got to know them. I'd never met girls that drank so hard, because in those days people didn't drink vodka. They drank so much vodka. They would drink a bottle of vodka, you know, and they'd go, come on, let's go and party. And we used to go and party with them and just watch them. And I remember one of them opening a cab door and coming out arse first onto the and thinking it was the most brilliant thing I'd ever seen. And I just thought, I love that. I want to be that.
Can I just say, speaking of drinking, on my one day on the AbFab set, it was like totally how you would imagine it, because it was like working for like 1 hour and then drinking champagne for the rest of the day. Suddenly just bottles came out.
She was on the last day.
It was that was because it was you, Rebel, and it was you.
Oh, it wasn't like that every day?
No, we just didn't want to let you down.
To get smashed. It was so good. It was my best day at work ever.
The day I did, I just left and got in the DLR.
I have a place to park my ass. But so I have goth.
Only modelled from when I was 18 to 21.
What the hell was that
That was a picture. It was for, funnily enough, it was for something like Children in Need.